I'm afraid your questions will go unanswered, Waster. Because she is a machine, and machines cannot respond to questions which they have not been instructed to answer. I little care to debate the precise definition of machine with you. Indeed, I've heard of your synthetic metal men. They're of no concern to me or my people. This herald was delivered not of metal, but of flesh. Just as you or I, but for a purpose that cannot be explained in these rapidly withering moments of my patience. Not all machines are born of metal and modules. Some, like this wayward herald, are born of flesh, blood, and obedience. And when men march into the fields to match one against the other, I have seen with my own eyes which is the better to have in one's employ. I answer only when addressed by my betters. For now I have come only to reclaim possession of the weapon standing before you, which you unlawfully possess and no doubt irresponsibly command. To try and delay us or complicate my objective would be unwise, as I do not favor your chances of success. We are the Shrike, devourers of the world that was and bringers of the world to come. To know more now would make us enemies, far sooner than the appointed time. Yours is the world of doubts, Waster. Ours is that of order and stricture. The dead vagrant in the corner. Yes, I know the work of a Shrike herald when I see it. It is a thing of beauty. 2 shots to center mass. A clean job as always. Do your eyes allow you to doubt that such a clean kill would be committed by whatever sort of child you suspect this to be? Allow me to speculate. You ordered her to kill that man, did you not? She did not, of her own volition, raise her weapon and fire? And, if I may further speculate, she's been following you around for however long she's been escaped from my custody, following whatever orders you've given her. Almost, you might say, as might a machine given instruction. Tell yourself what you'd most care to hear. I have little time to debate and even less interest in doing so. Enough talk. Step aside while I collect my property and quit this ungodly waste as quickly as possible.
You see, kid, doesn't it feel better to do as instructed? To be instructed? Oh, I'm sure you've been enjoying this little game of yours, but now it's time to come home, don't you think? What are you doing here?
Your sister is here because that is my will. And having not taken leave of her function, she complied as dictated by her purpose. Perhaps you should meditate upon her example as we journey back to the territories. Perhaps also pray. And if you are yet righteous enough to be heard, then let us hope the priests will remember the considerable investment you represent, and think better of destroying so valuable a weapon. Our time in this rotting shack is concluded, Waster. Stand aside. So be it. May your body, as it rots, nourish the soil of the world to come, so that, at least, you will have carried out your purpose. Heralds, for the Shrike.
Our keeper, our path through chaos, the homeward star. What will we do now, sister? What will we do? Please, don't hurt her. She's helpless without Alec. Cat, listen to me very carefully. You don't belong here. Go home. That's all you have to do. You know the way home. I know you do. And I know you can get there on your own. Go west, through Broken Rock. Then keep moving until you see the gates. She'll be alright. Let's just get out of here. It's a long story. For another time, maybe. I'd just like to get this stuff back to Symphony Station. And to check on Agnes. Please. Agnes, we're back. And we've got the parts you needed.
Well, that's just wonderful. Now, Kit, I must ask you to run downstairs to old Alfred's workshop and make sure those parts will work. Just to be sure it's all in good working order. We can't hardly be too careful, can we?
What? Right now?
Please, Kit.
Fine, but I'll be back.
Now, darling, I must speak quickly. Before I go dark again. No, darling. I'm afraid I really am not. I am broken. Plain and simple. I guess you could say that the good folks at corporation that couldn't have been bothered to design a marshal worth a scratch inside. The part of me. You mean, when did I start losing my mind? Honestly, darling, I couldn't straightly tell you. It's been lonely down here. No windows, no sun, no telling day from night. Time's been easy to lose. When Alfred's battery finally gave out, well, that's when things really went south. At least, could tell me the date and time when I asked. I believe the last date he told me was... It's getting so hard to remember. Oh, I imagine he's around here somewhere. What's left of him, anyway. Just contracted with Robco for a robot steward that could perform routine maintenance for the subway. We were quite something, the pair of us. People sure did marvel at the sight. But then there were no more people. No more visitors. And Alfred was really the only friend I had. He stuck around as long as he could. But then, poor bastard. Lucky bastard. Fear? I don't rightly know. I know I've got no arms, no legs, no face. But I am hurting. I've died of the emptiness I feel all around me in every direction. And water. Of all the silly things. Isn't that something? I can't imagine there's a single drop of water to be found in this entire station. But I'm just entirely terrified of being swallowed up, of drowning. Honestly, I can't hardly begin to see the sense in it. But in any case, here we are. Here I am. Thank you for your kindness, darling. Really. Well, I'll have to ask you to forgive me for such an ugly request. What I am asking is for you to disrupt and then destroy my mainframe. I am asking that you end this, that you end me. You sound just like her. Kit has been trying ever since she got here to keep me here. I'm afraid I haven't made the thing clear, darling. If anyone were able to fix me, I honestly believe it would be that girl. But the only fix I want, I need, is the one I'm begging you for now. There's no normal to be getting back to. That I would even know what normal is. That I would even know if I've ever felt that way. All I know is, I want it to stop. I want to stop. Stop. I want to stop. Please. Do you mean it, darling? Oh, I'd be so grateful, really. You've no idea just how much. But I'll be truthful. The task is liable to be a process. To start, I am not actually here. In Symphony Station, I mean. Before he passed on, poor Alfred dragged himself all over the place. Pulling on every cord, cable, and conduit he could get his hands on. Spent his last scrap of power on it, too. But still, here I am. I must have a mainframe somewhere, broadcasting my programming and awareness, I suppose it's called. And that mainframe, wherever it is, will have to be shut down and destroyed. I'm afraid not. Alfred kept this place up and running in remarkably good shape, right up until he passed. Which means he knew this place inside and out. I wouldn't believe for a second there's anything he could have missed. Yes, well, I'm afraid that very question has turned out to be quite the bee in my bonnet. I don't know exactly where I am. But based on the equipment in the maintenance closet, Alfred was convinced that I received my programming signals by way of radio waves. So, wherever my mainframe is broadcasting from, It's got to be somewhere in the Commonwealth. Well, yes, as a matter of fact. I do have this advertisement for an Agnes store located in Back Bay. It looks like they sold lots of me. If the place is still standing, perhaps there may be some clues there. Thank you so much for this, darling. You've really got no idea how much it means to me. There is just, well, one more little thing. It's Kit. I can tell you plainly that she will not want to go along with what I'm asking you. She wants to fix me. She thinks that's what those parts are for. When she first got here, I asked her to do, well, this. Exactly what I'm asking you to do now. We've been forming something like a bond. Quite possibly the first she's ever had. And when I asked, it just broke her heart. It's my fault. Oh, she's just a child. She wants to help me, but hasn't got the heart to. And nor should she. Nor should she. Do you understand? I don't know if the right thing to do is to lie to her or tell her the truth and try and talk her into it. That, darling, I'm afraid I shall have to leave to you.
Alright, it's done. What are you two talking about?
Oh, you needn't worry, darling. Our friend here was just...
Alright. Hey, come here for a second. I want to show you something. You do know I'm not an idiot, right? I've been down here for months, trying to fix her, trying to help her. I think I've got a good idea of what she needs to get her back to full capacity, to keep her memory intact and to keep the dark place away. And when I installed the parts we collected downstairs, it didn't boost her power levels like she told me it would. It actually boosted her broadcasting signal. Did she tell you what those parts were really for? What? No. If you even try to hurt her... There's always another option. I know there is. There has to be. Yeah. Let's just get out of here and go to the Agni store like she asked us to. Maybe we've been missing something that could still help her. Or maybe she'll change her mind. Either way, thank you for telling me what's going on.
your busy schedule.
Yes.
Or whether you just tell people that so they think you're more interested than you really are. Either way, Agnes now comes with a personal calendar to help you better manage your busy and or pathetic life.
That's quietly.
Interesting. So, nope.
Nice.
What's that smell? Looks like Mabel forgot to set a timer and left a roast in the oven too long. Looks like dinner's ruined again.
Oh no! What if my family stops loving me?
Well, darling, they probably never did. Oh, shit! Don't be Mabel. Why not set a timer with Agnes so I can focus on the kitchen and you can focus on not having to die alone?
Got it. On my left.
Come on, girl!
Look at the bodies, and let's keep moving. Oh, keep calm. Probably nothing. Guess it was nothing. What's that noise?
Damn it already!
Great! Ugly, bad, and armed. Who's out there? Nothing. Gotta be. Bust them.